Michael Jordan, a name that echoes through time, a name that feels larger than the game itself. The GOAT, number 23, the man who made gravity look like a suggestion. But here's what most people don't know. While the world watched him fly on the court, something else was waiting in the shadows of his success. A collection just as iconic as his 6 championship rings. You see, for Jordan, cars aren't just machines. They're extensions of his hunger, his need to win, his obsession with perfection. In fact, that passion ran so deep that when Nike came knocking in 1984, he had one unusual demand: a red Mercedes. That wasn't a joke, it was a condition. From the roaring Ferrari 550 Maranello he drove to training camp, to the silver McLaren SLR he once raced against his own teammate, Ron Harper. Jordan's garage isn't just a collection, it's a legacy. And today, we're going to step inside it. Every car, every story, every hidden piece of the man behind the legend. Stay till the end, because what sits in Michael Jordan's garage might just surprise you. Cadillac XLR-V. Now let's kick things off with one of the strangest cars ever built by Cadillac, and one that was personally sent to MJ. Back in 2006, General Motors didn't just offer Jordan a Cadillac. They sent him 3 XLR-Vs, one in infrared, one in black raven, and one in light platinum. Why 3? Well, when you're Michael Jordan, you don't test drive cars. Cars audition for you. And of course, he picked the red one. Maybe a little throwback to his Chicago Bulls days. The XLR-V was Cadillac's attempt at a luxury 2-seater, kind of America's answer to the Mercedes SL, complete with a folding hardtop and a Bulgari-designed interior. Under the hood sits a 4.4-liter supercharged Northstar 5.8, pumping out 443 horsepower. It looked wild. It sounded mean. But it didn't sell as well as Cadillac hoped, even with MJ's name attached. Only a handful of people have ever seen Jordan's personal XLR-V, but reports from Cadillac forums say it was painted infrared and came with a custom Jumpman logo stitched right into the seats and dashboard. Because of course, if it's Jordan's car, it's got to have the Jumpman. Mercedes W140 S600 Coupé by Lorinser. In 1993, Michael Jordan was untouchable. 3 NBA titles, worldwide fame, and a legacy that defined greatness. But after his father's tragic death, he shocked the world by retiring from basketball to pursue baseball, his father's dream. While fans focused on his life away from the court, Jordan made another defining move, one that reflected his inner transformation. He bought a Mercedes W140 S600 Coupé, tuned by Lorinser, a car as bold and commanding as the man himself. Finished in a deep metallic green that looked black under most lights, it sat on 18-inch chrome monoblock wheels and wore a wide, aggressive body kit that screamed dominance. Beneath the hood, a powerful V12 engine combined luxury with raw force. Smooth, silent, and deadly fast. For Jordan, it wasn't just a car, it was therapy. A symbol of power and control during one of the hardest years of his life. Years later, that same Mercedes, complete with his signature on the title, sold for nearly $180,000. Because when you're Michael Jordan, even a car becomes more than metal and rubber. It becomes a piece of legend, a reflection of a man who never stops making history. Hennessey Venom F5 Roadster. In 2023, MJ added something else to his legacy. Something just as exclusive as he is. Introducing the Hennessey Venom F5 Roadster. Yeah, the same car that looks like it was built to outrun thunder. Now, this isn't your average hypercar. This monster was personally delivered to Michael Jordan by the CEO himself, John Hennessy. That's how you know it's not just a purchase, it's a power move. Under the hood sits a 6.6-liter twin-turbo V8, pumping out a mind-melting 1,817 horsepower and 1,193 pound-feet of torque. That's not just fast, that's physics-bending insane. And get this, it's designed to break 300 miles per hour. That's faster than most jets take off. Only 30 units exist in the entire world. Each one is worth a staggering $3.5 million. And one of them? Parked right inside Michael Jordan's garage. The design? Every inch screams aggression. Sculpted aerodynamics, razor-sharp lines, and that signature Hennessey Venom. But unlike the coupe, the Roadster features a removable carbon fiber top, giving MJ the freedom to unleash that 1,800 horsepower symphony under an open sky. It's slightly heavier, around 3,100 pounds, just a bit more than the coupe. But let's be real, when you've got that much power, who's counting pounds? Pininfarina Battista Targamerica. They say money can't buy happiness, but when you're Michael Jordan, it can sure buy you the only car of its kind on the planet. Meet the Pininfarina Battista Targamerica, a one-off electric hypercar built exclusively for His Airness himself. This isn't just rare, it's beyond rare. Unveiled at Monterey Car Week 2024, Pininfarina teased it as a one-of-one masterpiece bought by a renowned car collector. Months later, the world found out the truth. That collector was none other than Michael Jordan. And get this, MJ didn't just buy the Battista Targamerica. He designed it, from the materials to the finishing to the name itself. Under the hood, or should we say under the electric skin, this beast packs a 1,900 horsepower powertrain and 1,726 pound-feet of torque. That means 0 to 60 in a mind-bending 1.8 seconds, and a top speed of 217 miles per hour, faster than a private jet on takeoff. But here's the real MJ touch. Inside the cabin sits a custom glass and aluminum cigar holder and humidor made to his exact specifications. Because when you're cruising in a multi-million-dollar hypercar, you might as well light up a victory cigar while doing it. Jordan even named it himself, Targamerica, a blend of Targa and America, symbolizing speed, freedom, and craftsmanship. Basically, the DNA of the man who changed basketball forever. Ferrari 550 Maranello. This is the Ferrari 550 Maranello, the car that defined elegance, dominance, and pure Italian muscle. Jordan reportedly added this masterpiece to his collection in the late 90s, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. Under that sleek red hood sits a 5.5-liter V12 pumping out 485 horsepower, enough to push this beauty to a top speed of 199 miles per hour. It was Ferrari's return to front-engine V12 power after years of mid-engine designs, a rebirth of the classic Grand Tourer. If you paid close attention to ESPN's The Last Dance, you probably caught a glimpse of it. Jordan's Ferrari 550 Maranello, glistening in that signature Rosso Corsa red. It wasn't just a car, it was an inspiration. That same machine inspired the design of the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari, with suede red material, the iconic Jumpman logo, and that unmistakable yellow Ferrari shield. In 1997, MJ decided to gift this Ferrari, yes, gift it, to none other than his Chicago Bulls teammate, Scottie Pippen. Because when you're Michael Jordan, you don't just say thank you, you hand your teammate the keys to a Ferrari. Bentley Continental GT. You know how every sneakerhead dreams of owning a pair of Air Jordans? Well, what if I told you some of those Jordans were inspired by Michael's cars? This Bentley Continental GT, a car so smooth, so refined, it literally inspired a shoe. Yeah, you heard that right. This Bentley was the design inspiration behind the Air Jordan 21, with its diamond-quilted leather interior and silky suspension that feels like floating on air. Finished in deep green paint, tinted windows, and rocking 9,000 Lowenhart rims, this ride was MJ's daily definition of class. He owned it for 6 years before selling it in 2011 to the Volvo Auto Museum in Illinois. But the man didn't stop there. He also owned a 2006 Bentley Continental Flying Spur, which later hit the auction block in 2025, fetching a cool $82,500. Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir. This isn't just another Bugatti. This is one of 12 ever made. That's right, only 12 units exist on the entire planet. The name Sang Noir literally means black blood, and it couldn't be more fitting. This car drips with power, elegance, and danger, just like MJ's presence on the court. Under the hood, an 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine pushing out 1,001 horsepower. That's enough power to leave even your fastest supercar looking like it's standing still. This blacked-out masterpiece came with a handcrafted carbon fiber body and when one hit the Amelia Concours in 2019, it sold for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. MJ owned this hypercar until around 2017, and rumor has it, it was one of his all-time favorites. Porsche 993 Turbo S. When Michael Jordan left the Bulls in 1998, everyone thought he was done making headlines. But just before hanging up his jersey, he dropped one last automotive slam dunk. A bright red Porsche 993 Turbo S, with a custom plate that simply read AIR. Built by Porsche's exclusive Porsche Exclusive department, this wasn't your average turbo. It came with a power upgrade, loads of carbon fiber, and those iconic yellow brake calipers, a signature mark that screamed Stuttgart royalty. And get this, this was the last of the air-cooled turbos, making it a crown jewel for collectors. Only 183 units ever made it to the US, and even without the Jordan connection, this car is worth around £320,000. But of course, when the owner is Michael Jordan, that price tag could triple overnight. Now here's where it gets wild. The Porsche didn't just stay in his garage, it actually inspired sneakers. Yep, some of the design cues on the Air Jordan XIV came straight from this car. Talk about speed meeting style. And there's a rumor that MJ once lost this very car in a golf bet. Did it really happen? Nobody knows for sure, but if anyone's bold enough to bet a Porsche, it's His Airness. Ferrari 512 TR. The most mysterious cars Jordan ever owned is the Ferrari 512 TR. Delivered brand new to him in 1992, this car wasn't just another addition to his garage, it was the Ferrari of the 90s, a symbol of peak performance and pure dominance, just like MJ himself. This red beauty made multiple appearances during Jordan's prime, from being spotted outside Game 5 of the 1992 NBA playoffs to photos at his Highland Park mansion. Then, suddenly, it vanished. For over a decade, no one knew where it went. Collectors whispered, fans speculated. The legend of MJ's missing Ferrari grew, until recently, when Miami-based supercar experts Curated found it again. And when they did, the owner said it best. This car is more than metal. It's a moment in history, the peak of Ferrari, the peak of Jordan, and a cultural crossroads. Under the hood, the 512 TR packed over 420 horsepower, hitting top speeds north of 190 miles per hour, a blend of raw performance and unmistakable Ferrari flair. It wasn't just fast, it was MJ fast. Aston Martin DB9 Volante. When the GOAT said he was 99.9% sure he'd never play again, the world believed him. But that 0.1%, that was pure Michael Jordan. In 2001, he shocked everyone, suiting up again, this time for his own team, the Washington Wizards. And when the king of the court cruised through DC, he didn't do it in just any ride, he did it behind the wheel of a Rennick red Aston Martin DB7 Volante. But when he finally retired for good in 2003, MJ leveled up, trading in that DB7 for something even sleeker, the Aston Martin DB9 Volante. Finished in shimmering silver on silver, this Grand Tourer defines understated luxury. Under the hood, a 5.9-liter V12, pushing out 450 horsepower. A symphony of power that sounds just as smooth as MJ's fadeaway jumper. Priced at well over $100,000, this drop top wasn't just a car, it was a statement. Timeless design, effortless confidence, and class that matches the man himself. Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. Before Air Jordan became a global empire, there was Chevy. MJ's collection includes the ultra-rare 40th anniversary edition Chevrolet Corvette C4 ZR1, a beast powered by a 5.7-liter V8, cranking out 405 horsepower. It's a true collectible. Only 448 units ever made in 1993. This car wasn't just fast, it was ferocious. Independent tests clocked it at 175 miles per hour, not bad for a machine born in the early 90s. And of course, MJ being MJ, he couldn't resist flexing a little. When Gary Payton, the young Seattle Supersonics guard, tried to trash talk him saying, "I can afford cars like yours too," Jordan smirked and fired back, "The cars I got are just like yours, except mine were free." Chevrolet C4 Corvette. Before the mansions, before the private jets, there was this car. The Chevrolet C4 Corvette, the very first car Michael Jordan ever owned. Not bought, gifted. In 1984, right after he signed his first endorsement deal with Chevrolet, MJ got the keys to a brand new C4 Corvette, fitted with a 5.7-liter V8 that could scream up to 175 miles per hour. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement. Young Jordan, fresh off his rookie season, cruising around Chicago in a gray metallic C4 with the custom plate Jump 23. That plate said it all. He was already building the legend, both on and off the court. The C4 came in coupe, convertible, or targa top, and while his taste in cars would evolve, from Ferraris to Bugattis, this Corvette will always be the one that started it all. Because before the GOAT had millions in the bank, he had a dream and a Corvette to chase it in. Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet Slantnose. Rare, bold, and 100% MJ. After clinching his third NBA championship in 1993, Jordan was spotted behind the wheel of this beauty, a 3.3-liter turbocharged flat-six monster pushing 330 horsepower. But what made it truly special? That slant nose, or flat nose, front end. A racing-inspired design that looked nothing like your typical 911. Only 160 of these ever made it to the US, making it one of the rarest Porsches on the planet. And then there's the detail that only Jordan could pull off, his custom license plate, believed to be a tribute to his late father, James Jordan. This car was more than just a toy, it was personal. And just like his Ferrari and Bentley, it even inspired a sneaker, the Air Jordan XIV, released in 1991, borrowing its curves and aerodynamic feel straight from the slant nose itself. Today, one of these sold for over $1.7 million. But MJ's? Let's just say, you can't put a price tag on history.